Hello, my divinities. Welcome. So let's go ahead and get our space cleansed here. Then let's get started with today's collective. Today was a little bit of an odd assortment of decks. But you know what? Let's roll with it. Let's see why these are the ones that came out, okay? Meanwhile, I want to go ahead and remind you guys how grateful I am for your presence. You guys know my Patreon people are my MVPs. They're the ones who mostly watch my content and support it. So although I'm grateful for everybody, I just want to give a special shout out to my Patreon people because they are my staunchest supporters. All right, let's go ahead and get started with today's collective. What is the energy? Okay, we've got Vishvamata, Mahakali, and then we've got Shodashi. Okay. So let's start with number 26, Shodashi. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. I could be messing it up. 26. Okay. So this card says, Ruby red with the divine juice of life. She nourishes the body, mind, and soul with vitalizing pleasure, life, and joyfulness. Goddess Shodashi restores self-esteem and an awareness of your innate value, especially after a time of painful rejection or disappointment. Through her blessings, the desires of the heart can find fulfillment in new ways. She brings divine energy for the manifestation of wishes. Her presence is an indication of inner power to restore yourself and attract what you need in your life, into your life. Shodashi is the fertile and creative aspect of Lalita Tripura Sundari. Red-colored skin and vibrant with feminine life force, she is the power to actualize desires. In color healing from Hinduism and Buddhism, red is medicine for attraction and magnetism. The appearance of Shodashi in a reading indicates a time when your ability to attract what you want is heightened. You can be relaxed and trusting in your own capacity for magnetically drawing all you desire into your world. In the tantric teachings of Kalima, desire is not something to be afraid of, but something that can become part of our spiritual path. The benefits of developing the character traits required for manifesting desire, such as relaxation, trust, enjoyment, delight, and bliss, as well as discipline, commitment, determination, focus, and positive attitude, encourage us onward so we don't give up before attaining success. From our successes, we will come to realize that within one desire lies the seed of another. Eventually, the nature of desire is realized as a pathway rather than about the things sought. The desire nature can motivate us to attain breakthroughs for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Shodashi teaches that desire Shodashi teaches that desire can help us live from the heart, honoring what truly lights up our being and being motivated by our passions. This can be beneficial for the spiritual path rather than a distraction from it. Her heart is compassionate and her spirit, despite her youth, is truly great. Shodashi encourages young people with big dreams to believe in their abilities and trust their hearts. She also reminds us that age is not necessarily a signifier of wisdom, nor is youthfulness necessarily an indication of a lack thereof. Shodashi encourages us to discern qualities at a deeper level, rather than to make assumptions based on age or appearance. Don't take things at face value or go by someone's words. Look instead at their actions, at what your experience has been, and allow for understanding as to how to proceed to arise from there. The fulfillment of the heart's desire can be attained in ways other than what the mind prescribes. Shodashi encourages us to stay open even if certain plans have failed to yield what we had hoped. This is an indication that the universe has other ways for us to fulfill our heart's yearning that are likely to be far more beneficial and richer. The heart can perceive the deeper workings of the divine in all things, even in challenges and difficulties. This is why the heart can trust, even when the mind recoils at what is taking place. The intellect tends to create stories about situations not working out as expected. Such stories are not often accurate, let alone helpful. Shodashi asks us to take care with such misinterpretations of our experiences. She reminds us that when we trust in our heart's wisdom rather than what appears to be, we will find the courage and faith to stay true to an extraordinary life path so that we can manifest extraordinary blessings. Shodashi often arises when the soul needs deep cleansing, particularly of past hurts. Her presence indicates recovery and the reclaiming of dignity after experiences of being judged, betrayed, or criticized. If your innate being has been attacked in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directed towards you, Shodashi brings healing and renewal to rise above such mean-spiritedness and lay claim to your beauty and worth. If we have been overly valued for our appearance, then she provides a healing path to clear the confusion and connect us to the real value and beauty of our inner being. Her oracle indicates all manner of beautiful blessings awakening within and being attracted into your life. Okay. Now, let's look at Vishwamata, number 2. In Vishwamata, it says, with her protection, even significant uncertainty does not need to be wrought with despair. There is a pathway that can shift your devastation into a palpable experience of being protected and guided through a difficulty. Trust where you are being led. Grace shall come from this. The Divine Mother sees our capacity for breathtaking transformation and spiritual awakening, often far more than we recognize ourselves. To fulfill our inner purpose and move beyond unnecessarily restrictive self-imposed limitations, we need her. When we hold back, gripping on to what is familiar, she lovingly forces our hand. Under her influence, we do not evade what is required of us. We find the inner strength to move directly through what we once denied ourselves the right and opportunity to overcome. You are encouraged to develop the confidence and commitment necessary to undertake the tasks that challenge and yet also inspire you. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated by the prospect of failure or opposition. Stay true to your path and progress step by step. Trust your capacity to grow into the fulfilling manifestation of your heartfelt aspirations. Although you may be in circumstances you would prefer not to be in, you are in a position of unrealized spiritual power. You will gain benefit from what is transpiring. When the relevant learning and personal growth have been acknowledged and integrated, these circumstances will give way to a more favorable situation. When Vishwamata appears, it not only signifies that we have the capacity to move through a situation we have avoided dealing with in the past, but that we can do so in a far gentler and more graceful manner than we expected. You have the power of the Divine Mother's wisdom and blessing within you. Do not underestimate her. Do not underestimate yourself. When we are willing to look at ourselves rather than other people or external circumstances as the primary source of our pain, Vishwamata, the Cosmic Mother, appears with a genuine desire for you to heal and outgrow the causes of suffering. She is Kali as a sweet savioress and beloved soul mother. She becomes Kripadara, or the vessel of compassion. We can go to her and receive as much love, support, kindness, protection, and anything else we need. The babies that hang from her ears are invitations to approach her as a child would approach its mother, with complete trust and positive expectation. If we have had issues with mother figures, her presence triggers healing. Mother issues can impede our ability to trust and feel that we are safe and belong. They make it hard for us to feel that our inner life is valuable and worthy of attention, that we are truly loved and valued just as we are and able to rest within ourselves, feeling that we are enough. The Divine Mother does not struggle with human limitations. We can go to her wounded and messy, and she will receive, heal, and love us without judgment. Her expression, semi-wrathful yet serene, reminds us that her ways strengthen our boundaries against that which cannot support the soul. She will not hesitate to strike at what could harm us. She also dissolves the defenses we have unconsciously set up against life so that we soften and become eager to participate in our life's journey. When we are not hardened, corrupted, or rendered bitter by life experiences, we can be more open, like a curious child, and be guided more easily by our hearts along the unique and empowering life path the Divine Mother offers us. Okay. Now let's look at Mahakali, number 16. This one says, her magnificence steadies the anxious mind and reassures the heart of the empowering grace that arises through trust in her. Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother, Okay, sorry. Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother would be like trying to cram the entire ocean into a teacup. Such wisdom is vast and our perspective is limited, yet we don't need to understand divine will to benefit from it. Better to allow her creativity, resourcefulness, and unlimited vision to take effect in our lives, bringing us every grace necessary for our blessed fulfillment. First of the 10 wisdom goddesses, or Mahavidyas, is the 10-armed Mahakali. She is laden with her sacred weapons. Many arms and weapons symbolize the capacity of the Divine Mother to work beyond human limitations. The contrast is not intended to diminish the dignity of humanity. Humans have a tremendous capacity for heroism, kindness, love, grace, and generosity. Rather, it is an encouragement to engage with the divine with perfect trust in our hearts. Multiple weapons represent multiple creative powers to conquer multiple issues. More than 2 arms indicate that divine workings are not limited by our human perspectives or capacities. This is reassuring. The divine can accomplish works beyond what would be possible through human effort alone. Mahakali means Great Kali. She is known as the guardian of the cosmic order, the one who selects the timing for all unfoldment. Nothing can be accomplished without the necessary preparation, and not before it is the right time for it. Such process and timing are determined according to higher wisdom, capable of assessing and meeting the spiritual needs of all beings simultaneously. We cannot know what the order of events must be to accomplish the Divine Mother's purpose. In hindsight, we may attain glimpses of her unfolding genius, but to live in harmony with her requires us to trust in what is unfolding and to work with that, even when events seem to be going against us or we cannot see the way to succeed. How do we proceed with such trust? There is no magic to it. It is a choice we make again and again. When we sense the next step is before us, we proceed. When we need to wait, we wait. We do not try to force, but we tune into our hearts and sense what is guided in each movement, in each moment. We allow ourselves to feel intimately known and connected with the divine as our ally. We recognize that a sequencing of certain events needs to happen. This enables a lesson to be learned, so we are ready at every stage for what needs to come next. We are not being denied or blocked. We are being loved. It is protective compassion that prevents us from seeing anything other than the next 1 or 2 steps ahead. To know more is not always helpful. Although, if specific knowledge would support us on our path, then we can be sure it will come to us. When will that happen? Mahakali reminds us that it will be at the best time. It may be after we have acknowledged there is a problem we need to resolve, or when we have created some mental space so an essential understanding is not lost in psychological clutter. If you have ever felt like you have your best insights after a shower, or after you switch off during a yoga class or exercise session, then you have experienced how much easier it is to access inner guidance when you switch off and empty the mind. Be here now and attend to what you can attend to now, leaving all else until the right moment is upon you. Your heart shall instinctively know that moment without needing to be told. All that is happening now is growing you towards that moment. All that has happened before has grown you into capacity for this moment. This is as it is in Mahakali's beautiful wisdom dance as she wields the weapons needed to provide the right conditions, the right endings, the right beginnings, within which the soul can flourish. Trust that what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. This will be when your readiness matches the requirements for success, and when those who can benefit from your increasing soul awakening have awoken sufficiently also. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Okay. All right, let me rearrange this 1 second. Okay, switch things around a little bit. Now, let's go ahead and get started. What does this have to do with today's collective? How does this connect to today's collective? 4 of Pentacles. How does this connect to today's collective? 10 of Pentacles. King of Wands. Ooh. Okay, that was a lot of cards. We're going to take this one. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Interesting. The Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Devil, Five of Wands, Eight of Cups. So the King of Wands could be the collective, or it could be somebody watching the collective. Or it could represent both. Because there is, whoever the King of Wands is, if this is somebody looking at you, then they look at you like somebody they could learn from, somebody that they could come together with. If this is not you, then this is somebody who thinks that they can teach you something. But with the Devil here, there is the potential, if this is somebody else, and remember, this is an all-female deck, so this could be another woman. It doesn't have to be, even though it's a king, it could be somebody who's very much in their masculine, because see here, this is Aries Mars energy, and that's why it shows the women like more business casual than it is more like a feminine energy. Doesn't mean they're not feminine. See, it's still a flowered suit, but it's could be same sex. It doesn't matter really. But whoever this is a little obsessed. There's some tension here. With the Four of Pentacles, if this is you, then the way you are being perceived right now has a lot to do with you being very closed off. You being very, like you're being seen like you keep to yourself a lot. You don't really open up to a lot of people. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, unless somebody thinks that you may come from a really wealthy background, or that you have a lot of wealth and that's why you keep to yourself. On the other hand, what it could represent is that whoever it is that this King of Wands is watching you, they may look at you like something they want to acquire. So even if there is a level of, with the Devil here, there might be a little bit of obsession. This could also be that maybe they're obsessed with your knowledge. It doesn't have to be sexual, especially if they see you as something to acquire. So this could be somebody who's looking at you like a good asset, somebody that they want to bring into the fold, somebody that they want to hire, somebody that they want to recruit. Let's see. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Oh no, that went reversed. Four of Swords reversed. Okay. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Oh my God. And the whole deck is not reversed, guys. This one went reversed also. Four of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles. There's the Two of Wands again. The Ace of Wands. The Emperor. Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. See, I'm telling you, it's like somebody's already, no, I'm not. They're not just watching. Maybe they were, but they're taking action now. Two of Wands twice. Somebody's already taking action, which means that this will be happening very soon. Somebody's coming towards you. Yeah, both of these represent fast action. And it's a King of Wands, Emperor. Somebody's coming towards you. Now, why? It is most likely that's a King of Wands coming towards you, whether male or female, because they see you as a Queen of Pentacles. They see you as somebody who is very nurturing, very good at, building what you want. But with the Four of Swords reversed, if they were in this state of waiting, they're not anymore. Four of Cups reversed could also indicate that they don't want this to be a missed opportunity. So that's why the Five of Wands came after the Devil, because it's like this person feels like they're not the only ones that have their eye on you in whatever capacity that may be, whether it's romantic, whether it's in business, whether it says whatever. They feel like they're not the only ones that have their eye on you, so they've got to move quick. They've got to make a move now before another company or another person comes and snatches you up. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. King of Cups. Tell me about the Ten of Pentacles. The Fool. Five of Wands. And look, okay. So this person's showing up as multiple kings. King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Cups. And they feel like there's competition. They feel like... Ten of Wands. Queen of Wands. Nine of Wands. I'm laughing because they honestly feel like you either one, you're doing something. They may think like you're doing something energetically or magically to make yourself this magnetic. But they don't care. Either way, you see how the Nine of Wands, he's got this like bag of jewels that he's defending or protecting. They know that it's going to be a lot of work to constantly have to fend off people, to constantly have to be like, no, this is mine. Just because they really hold you in high esteem. So I'm not sure in what capacity this is. If this is like romantic, this is somebody who thinks that you're always going to have people hitting on you and they're always going to have to be showing that you are theirs. If this is not romantic and this is in business, they look at you like other companies are going to want to poach you from them. And so they constantly have to make sure that you're doing well, that you like your job, that you're getting paid well, so that you're not tempted to go with other companies. If this is somebody, that's mostly the scenarios I'm sensing here. But this is somebody who's going to take a leap of faith. They're trusting. Their intuition, their gut, their emotions tell them it's now or never. Because they feel like, I don't know what's going on, but they feel like this is the moment to do what they need to do, or otherwise they might lose to someone else. Because you see how this is like a bunch of kids going after a piñata, right? A piñata. I don't know why I'm saying it like a white girl. They've got to make sure that they're the ones that come out with the winner, as the winner. And so as the King of Pentacles, whatever offer they're going to make, it's going to be solid, because we're clarifying Ten of Pentacles. So this is somebody who's coming towards you with a very nice offer. So if this is a job, they want to make sure you have the maximum of everything. So let's say that this was a company, right? And the normal salary would be a range between, I don't know, depending on what you do. Let's just put it in the mid area, right? Let's say the salary is in a range of between $50,000 to $65,000 a year. This person would push it all the way to 65. They want you to have the maximum because they don't want you to feel like you could get a better offer somewhere else. So not only would the salary be at the maximum, the benefits would be at the maximum. Like, they want you to be very, very comfortable because they see you as a precious commodity that needs to be placed in this position of like, see, this is mine. So in a way, they see you a little bit like something they want to acquire. That's why I'm putting it in a lot of business context. If this is romantic, that could be a little problematic because this person can also see you like something that they can purchase. That's where it gets a little weird. If this is a romantic thing, this might be somebody who they might try and show you how much they could do for you as a spouse very quickly. I don't see love bombing because these are king energies. So it's not like this person's going to come in with all these gifts and wild gestures. It's not about that. It's more like this person's going to low key drop, how much they make per year. They're going to, there's something here about they want you to know that they're stable, that they are not somebody, and they are, that 3 kings already. I mean, this is a very stable person. But that doesn't really mean compatibility, right? Somebody can be stable financially, stable when it comes to status and other things, and that doesn't mean you and them are going to get along. But they do see you as their match, right? So not only over here did they see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and here they're showing up as the King of Pentacles, they see you as the Queen of Wands, and they're showing up as the King of Wands. So they may feel like you are compatible, but they need to give it time, right? See if you feel the same way, depending on whatever this is. Clarify King of Wands. So we've got the Justice card, the Sun. Clarify the King of Wands. And the Tower. With the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. See, again, you're showing up as their match. What do they show up as? King of Cups. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups. 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. Yeah. Now, you may be the one that's a little indecisive because the 2 of Swords is showing up with you, not with them. This may have something to do with work. I'm telling you, this feels professional. It does not feel romantic. This may have to do with work. And there is some worry because maybe you weren't expecting this. Because the Tower is here too. Like, this is going to come out of left field. This is not something you were expecting. But Justice card does represent a contract. And look, he's holding a money bag. But with the Sun, it's like a very surprising contract, but a very good surprise with the Sun. Like a wish came true. Like, it's shocking because like you were hoping something like this would happen, but then low-key kind of didn't think it would happen. Remember, Shalashi was talking about how right now you have the ability to manifest. Like right now, you are in a if this resonates with you, you are in a particularly magnetic energy, quickly manifesting what you want. Vishwamata was about trusting that, things happen, if I remember correctly. Or was it? Yeah. That things happen when they're meant to, right? And Mahakali was talking about how we're going to get the appropriate tools for whatever situation we're facing at the appropriate time, according to divine timing. So there's a mix here of you've been slowly getting ready for this. Maybe you just didn't realize what it is that you were being prepared for. And it's whatever this is. Clarify the Page of Swords. I'm going to 7 of Cups, clarify Page of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles, clarify Page of Swords. The 2 of Wands. 8 of Pentacles again. So for whatever job this is, I do feel like this person has been looking at different options. See how it says pick your poison? This is a selection. There was some sort of selection going on. This person had multiple people in their sights. But with the Knight of Pentacles, you stood out in the sense that whatever you do is consistent. Whatever you do, you've mastered it. That's how they see it. Like you've done a lot of work to master whatever it is that you do. So you'll know what this is about because this is an area that you are natural in. This is an area that you do things very well. And so you stand out. No matter what it is, for you, it'll be an area where you stand out. And so that's where the action came like, oh, that one. But it doesn't mean I don't see this being an impulsive choice. I don't see this being a quick choice. In fact, I feel like it might have taken them quite a while of observing you to get to this, to come to this conclusion. I want to look at, let's look at the meanings, because you know how these cards have multiple meanings. I want to look at the meanings from this specific author. Let's look at the Page of Pentacles first. So in this deck, it says the page is extremely honest and is very practical. They don't speak unless they have a solution. They would much rather be spending their time doing something than sitting around talking about it. They love nature and animals. In fact, they prefer the company of animals to most people. They are a lifelong student and avid learner who learns kinesthetically. Behaviors: play in the dirt, get a mud facial or body wrap, connect back to the earth, go and hug a tree. Don't delegate too much. You don't want to remove yourself too far from what is going on. You may lose touch. Be honest with the people around you. Do it in a way that is thoughtful and kind. Trust is built by having great integrity. So something about this whole scenario, those actions are coming through. Okay, that behavior, whatever level that is. For some of you, maybe this person really likes that you care about the earth or animals. For others of you, this person likes that you get yourself involved in whatever your projects are. You're not somebody who just delegates and stands back and doesn't do anything. You stay in touch. For others of you, they like that you're thoughtful, kind, honest. They see you as somebody trustworthy, somebody who has integrity. So whatever it is, for some of you, maybe it's all of those things. But that energy is connected to this. Now let's look at the Four of Pentacles. And I'm going to look at the Four of Pentacles when it comes to business and bank, okay? So business-wise, the Four of Pentacles says maybe you have been eyeing a new laptop for work, a new qualification or training of some sort. Perhaps someone has come to you with an investment proposal or loan. Now is not the time, my friend. Hold your cards close to your chest. Speaking openly about your financial plans for your business is also not a good idea right now. In bank, it says do not spend too much if you have drawn the Four of Pentacles. You will regret it. Now is not the time for large investments and buying expensive things. This is a warning from your inner guidance system that something is either going to go wrong with it or your money is going to be needed very soon for something more critical. So the fact that this is coming up, I feel like this is more something you are currently feeling. You may be feeling, and you'll know if this resonates with you, you've been feeling this energy of like, I feel like right now I shouldn't be spending for some reason. I'm feeling this pull to keep my money, in my savings, also keep my plans to myself. So that part is it. I did mention that initially. You may be keeping a lot to yourself, be keeping your cards close to your chest. And that is a good idea right now. Now let's look at the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so in business, the Ten of Pentacles says there are many bad bitches who have the opportunity to work in the family business or do work that is the same or similar to what their parents did. Make sure this is where your own heart lays, or you may end up running a family tradition into the ground. This card is a positive omen for achieving your goals. Bank-wise, it says you may have come from a very wealthy family or a family of parents who worked 3 jobs to stay afloat. Whatever the case may be, identify your family story around money. What did you grow up hearing from your parents? What behaviors did they show around finances? Ditch the harmful and limiting beliefs and transform them into something positive. So here, I think that this may have to do with the king. The king may be somebody who comes from a wealthy family. The king maybe they run the family business. And this may apply to you in the sense that maybe you and this person are very different in how you think about money. Because they keep showing up with like 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, and twice you've shown up with the 4 of Pentacles. So you may either be more frugal than this person, more savings oriented than this person, but it's also because of the background they come from, and they most likely with the King of Pentacles are very wealthy. They might not be as, how do I put this? Money mindset is very important. And I think that you're going to realize that we think of money in different ways than other people. When we grew up in a more poor background, we tend to look at money with a scarcity mindset. Like we tend to look at it like, oh, I need to save, I need to be frugal, I need to be careful, because we're always expecting the fact that we're not going to have enough. Whereas somebody who comes from a wealthy background does not have that mentality. And maybe part of the reason that this person is coming into your life is to help you see those differences. You're coming from a lack mindset and they're coming from an abundance mindset. And a lot of it has to do with your environment. If you were raised a specific way, you're going to look at money like a commodity that is rare and precious and needs to be guarded. And if they're coming from a very wealthy mentality, then they're coming from like, I mean, there's always going to be money. Money is easy to acquire. And maybe that's something you're meant to look at. Let's look at the King of Wands. So in this deck, the King of Wands represents somebody charming, charismatic, motivating. These are the words that are linked to the King of Wands. They can get a room full of people to rally behind a cause. They shape cultures and get shit done. They are very powerful and can have a wicked temper if triggered, but with the maturity of the king, it is rarely seen. Often, these kings are spiritual leaders, politicians, and iconic business people. Behaviors: inspiring people to ignite their own fires and getting them engaged. Being an entrepreneur in an area of life and not being afraid to go it alone. People will follow eventually. Caring for communities in the world, working on humanitarian projects. Now remember, the Page of Pentacles is someone who cared about the earth and animals and, different things like that. So maybe that's why this person feels like you align with them, because they also care about communities, the world, and humanitarian projects. This could be an entrepreneur. The thing that stood out to me was the fact that it said often these are spiritual leaders, politicians, and iconic business people. That's who's coming towards you. Maybe the shock is because who they are. That may be where the shock is coming from. We'll see. Let's look at the Page of Swords. So in this deck, the Page of Swords likes to keep things simple, honest, and uncluttered. They do not thrive under messy and complicated people or situations. They will offer you simple solutions to your problems if you go to them and try to help you make your life easier. They are extremely curious and are constantly asking questions. Don't misinterpret this as stupidity. They are smarter than they look at first glance. Behaviors: being blunt and to the point with people without taking their feelings into account. A very honest person who is upfront about how they feel and think. Come back to what you are working on and think outside the box a little. You are on the edge of a breakthrough. So remember how this one, the Page of Pentacles, is talking about being honest and straightforward, but yet being kind and thoughtful when sharing opinions. This person is a little different. They may ask a lot of questions, so people may assume, because people are, that's dumb. When somebody asks a lot of questions and you assume that makes them stupid, that's a mistake. It's the people who ask questions that get smarter, because they can put their ego aside, let you know, I don't know much about this topic, I'd like to learn from you, but they genuinely learn from you. It's not a show. And so, although they have that ability, they're also somebody who they're very blunt, and they may say things without thinking about how people are going to think about that. So, or how they're going to feel about that. So in that part, that's a good indication of who it is that's coming towards you. They're going to feel a little out there, but mostly because you may have the ability of tact and they don't, or vice versa. Maybe this is them and you're the one going towards someone else. So it really depends on which person you are in this scenario. So before we move on to the next one, I want to make sure that I let you guys know part 2 will be on Patreon. If you're already on Patreon, then I hope to see you over there. If you are not on Patreon, then sign up. And if you want to contribute in any way, please make sure to use the emojis that are in the title. Post them down below in the comments if you don't really want to share your thoughts about the reading. And if you do want to share your thoughts, that's even better. And that's what I got for you guys. I will see you on part 2. Bye-bye.